All right, guys. Well, my guest has done it all. Former UFC champ, countless fight of the night, submission of the night bonuses. In fact, he's got the longest fight time in UFC history with almost 9 hours. It's a real honor and pleasure to welcome Rafael dos Anjos, RDA, back to Submission Radio. Rafael, thanks for joining me, man. You joined me from Brazil, right?
Yeah, I'm in Brazil here. Thank you for having me again. Yeah, kids, they are in during school vacation, United States, and we got a place in Brazil here, and we spend some time over here.
So, RDA, man, it's been an interesting few weeks for you, dude. First of all, I want to talk to you a little bit about this thing that you and Michael Chandler had back and forth on X. Break it down for us. For those that missed it, you had an initial tweet about how there's no price on a UFC belt and Michael Chandler needing to stop the "see you at the top" comments. What made you want to sort of post that and break that down? What were you thinking in the moment when you posted it, for those that might have missed it?
Yeah, UFC, and he came like, okay, I'm gonna be champion. Doesn't matter what happened, and he started like in a great fashion with a great knockout over Dan Hooker. But all of a sudden things didn't start play the way that he was planning, and he got some losses, and he lost to Charles Oliveira. And but he said, even with those losses, I'm gonna be a champion. He came with that, which is cool, like you have to think that you have to believe in yourself. But and after he said that he got the chance to fight for the title and refused it, pretty much refusing, waiting for Conor. And that's when I said, I think in my opinion, you should stop because with that, see you at the top. Because if you got the chance to fight for the title, man, no money can pay for that. That's my personal opinion, and I think a lot of people think like that. And if you're fighting on the biggest organization in the world, even coming off a loss, and you get a chance for fight for the title, and you refuse it over a money fight, you should stop with that. See at the top thing.
Yeah, Islam Makhachev had a bit of a response to him. He said, you're unreliable, dude, and it's not going to happen. What did you think of Islam's response? It kind of encapsulates a lot of what you just mentioned, where Michael Chandler maybe is choosing this Conor McGregor fight over the opportunity, and Islam is like, hey, that's not something I can sort of bank on.
Yeah, it's Conor, man. Conor, he's that I gotta be honest. Conor, he runs the show. Whoever he wanna fight, he active. Great things on his career. Money is not. I even joke about his pinky toe because he make fun of me when I pull out back on the days against fighting. But the guy doesn't need to. If he doesn't feel it 100%, he doesn't. He's not gonna fight. He doesn't need that. He doesn't need the money, and all he needs is to be there 100% and get the victory. But yeah, it's a lot of risk for Michael Chandler, in my opinion. If he got that chance to fight for the title, he should secure that chance.
From your opinion, do you think him and Conor end up fighting, or do you think Conor fights somebody else?
I thought they would end up fighting, but the things that things are going right now, and maybe not, man. Like it's hard to believe because the way that things are happening, anything can happen.
Mm. Just going back to that, man. Yeah, like you said, you put out that photo of your foot, and you had that great comeback 8 years in the making for Conor McGregor that you put out there about the pinky toe. Obviously, for people that may not realize, you guys were supposed to fight initially, and then you had to pull out because you had a serious foot injury, and now you had to pull out because of the injury to his pinky toe. What do you sort of make of the fact that you guys never got a chance to settle that rivalry? Is that something that you still think about to this day? Do you think you and Conor will one day fight, or do you think that's just never going to happen now?
Yeah, I think at this point, man, Conor, he's seeking a fight that make I don't think he's seeking a championship anymore. I think it's like it's hard for him at this point. Being haven't fight in a long time, and he got to make fights that make sense for him. And we have a history. I think that fight could happen one day.
Mm.
I would love to get a chance to fight Conor. Not only because of money, like of course everybody. I like money. We need money, but that was the fight that like he was a featherweight champion. I was a lightweight champion, and he moved up. But he ended up fighting Diaz, and thinking back, I I could take the chance of like, okay, now since I was a champion, okay, he fought Diaz, he lost to Diaz. Now I want to fight Conor. I could do that, but I just want to move the things. Like back on the day, I held the belt, so I should have. Okay, Conor, I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna wait here. I'm not gonna fight anybody else. I'm gonna wait for Conor. But instead of doing that, I think I did the right thing. Move forward. I end up fighting Eddie Alvarez. I don't regret about anything I've done, and I think that the division's there, and I can't lock up the division. I think I did the right thing. But these days, man, things are, like life went on. I end up moving up division, went back down to lightweight division. But, now we're fighting on the same division, back at 170. So it could happen.
All right, guys, before we continue in the interview, I have a sponsorship announcement that you're going to want to hear, and that is with our friends from Manscaped, who are offering you 20% off and free shipping right now with the code word submission. Listen to me. I know Submission Radio has you sorted when it comes to your MMA coverage, but these guys have you sorted when it comes to your ball coverage. The Lawnmower 5.0 Ultra is an absolute game changer. It comes with 2 interchangeable skin-safe blade heads, so you can choose between a precise trim or a smooth finish. And did I mention that it is waterproof? Yes, you can trim in the shower and avoid making a mess everywhere. It's perfect for those of us who appreciate efficiency. And let's talk about the beard hedger just quickly. Whether you're going for a neat stubble or a full-on lumberjack look, this trimmer has you covered. It features a titanium-coated stainless steel T-blade and 20 length options. You can achieve any style you want with just a twist of the zoom wheel. The Lawnmower 5.0 Ultra always ensures that you're looking your best below the waist, while the beard hedger takes care of everything else. 20% off and code word submission now, plus free shipping. Now back to the program. How do you think that fight would have gone at 155 if you didn't have that foot injury?
Oh man, I was in great shape at that. I was on my prime. I remember I was a training partner with Lyoto Machida at that time, and Lyoto he had a very similar style than Conor, and I was having good rounds with Lyoto Machida, man, and I was going toe to toe with Lyoto. It was a good training sessions, and I was on my prime, and I think I'll beat Conor for sure.
Just on that pinky toe, what was your reaction when you saw the fight wasn't happening because of the injury to his pinky toe? And did it take you back to 8 years ago straight away?
Yeah, right away, man, right away, because I remember how serious was my injury,
You
and I
said you wanted
remember
to
when
keep
it's
fighting, right? And then the doctor put you in the boot. But you were going to fight anyway, as long as you didn't have the boot on, right?
yeah, that was my conversation with Dana and Lorenzo Fertitta. I told them if I cannot kick, I'm still fighting, but I couldn't even walk. And okay, if my left kick, which is my good one, if I get that takeout away for me, I'm still fighting. So I got my right leg, I still got my hands, and that's it. But I couldn't even walk. I couldn't make it walk to the cage, and that I had to pull out. I had no chance.
So let's talk about now, man, because I saw you spoke about the fact that your days at lightweight are over. You're back at welterweight now. What is happening with you next? Has the UFC approached you with any names, or is there anyone in the welterweight division who you would be excited about fighting? Because you're a bit of a legend in the game yourself. So, I mean, it would have to be a name that makes sense.
Yeah, I was thinking. I'm in Brazil right now, so I'm training here. I got fight camp over here. I got guys at Nova União. Like I
Mm.
got training partners ready for me. Uh, I'm keeping my water warm. I'm training already. So I call UFC. I want to fight. That's what I want. So August, September, I'm game. I'm ready to go. And I mentioned a couple names, and for example, Tony, a rematch with Tony Ferguson would be awesome. A Nick Diaz fight that I've been asking for a while, but they got matched up with other guys. But as of now, like I see, Steve Thompson, he doesn't have a fight coming up. Kevin Holland doesn't have a fight coming up, and those are good names, like that makes sense for me.
Mm. Dude, those would be amazing. I'd love to see you when they're mixing it up with those people. What do you think of the division as it stands right now? Obviously, you've got a few new names, a few young up-and-comers up at the top there. What did you make, for example, of Ian Garry and his fight with MVP? And what do you think of the rise that he's had in your division?
Yeah, he's young, man. He's motivator. He got a good style, like he's able to mix it up, takedowns, and he's tall, and he's got a good style. And yeah, man, a lot of young coming up kids, like
Mm.
he's young. And I didn't watch his fight against Michael Page, but but I watched his previous fight, and man, he can make it. I think he has what it takes to be a champion. He has more that style of, he doesn't have that much of knockout power. He's not a finisher, but he's being able to outpoint guys.
Mm. It's interesting because you're moved over to welterweight, and I was talking to Javier Mendez, and it looks like Islam Makhachev, he wants to move over to welterweight as well and go for the second belt. I wonder, by the time that you've had a few fights at welterweight and potentially make your way back up for a title shot, who do you think is going to be champion? Do you think Islam could potentially beat Leon Edwards and be a double champion, or do you believe Leon will still be champion by the time you make it up there?
Uh, no, I think like because I remember when I moved up, I fought all the contenders.
Mm.
I fought Robbie Lawler. I fought Neil Magny, which was like I think number 6 or 7 at the time. I fought Tarek Safedin, and when you move up and go straight for the title, of course you have bigger chances to become a champion. But I don't think Islam. He's in a very good momentum right now, but I don't think he can beat Leon Edwards and become a double champion.
Mm. Why don't you think you can beat him?
I just think like the size difference. Leon is a much bigger guy, and we see like smaller guys like Poirier giving Islam a lot of trouble. And Poirier, man, he's very tough, but he usually fight at 140, 45, and he gave Islam a hard fight, and Islam got choked him on the fifth, I think on the fifth, but because Poirier, like he make, you can see like he's a great fighter. I got a lot of respect for him, but if you see his all his title defense, like he got submitted, and I think he's very weak on that point, or like his submission defense are not on point. Like he always falls short on that aspect.
Mm. All right, man. Well, look, I'm really excited to see your return. Kevin Holland, Wonderboy, maybe even MVP, a lot of big names in the welterweight division for you to choose from. Ideally, what is the timeline? When do you want to be back?
Man, end of August and September. I'm game. I'm ready to go. Want to fight again.
All right, man. Well, we can't wait to see the next run in your epic career. One of the legends in the game, RDA, Rafael dos Anjos. Thank you so much for joining me, man. I can't wait to see who you draw next and this next round of welterweight. Appreciate your time.
Thank you for having me. Take care.